Learn more on BBC Bitesize.
Hello and welcome to Bitesize GCSE History, the place where history stops being dusty and starts being slightly disgusting. I'm Anouska Lewis, history podcaster, and today we're diving into the history of medicine and asking a big question: how did ideas and beliefs shape approaches to health and medicine? Spoiler alert, the answer involves religion, stars, bad smells, and a disease so terrifying it makes your last cold look like a minor inconvenience. We'll explore the key events, people, and concepts for your exams. So let's get started. It sounds like my time machine has just opened up. It's just off camera over there. We couldn't afford the special effects in the budget, so let's just imagine that it's there. Let's go back in time. Picture Britain around the year 1250. Life was tough. Most people worked long days farming, food shortages were common, towns were overcrowded, and hygiene was not what it is today. If you got ill, there was no scientific explanation yet. People turned to beliefs instead, the biggest influence being religion. Medieval Britain was deeply Christian, and the church taught that disease was sent by God as punishment for sin. So, back then, if you got sick, the question wasn't what germs caused this, it was more like, what have I done? But that's not all. Another popular explanation was astrology. Physicians, that's doctors, believed the movement of stars and planets influenced your health. So, treatment might depend on what star sign you were, which means your horoscope was basically your medical record. Got smallpox? Sorry, that's classic Virgo behaviour. And because there wasn't much new medical research, medieval doctors relied heavily on ancient texts written hundreds of years earlier by physicians like Hippocrates and Galen. These ideas were old, respected, and rarely questioned because back then nobody knew any better. Thankfully, we're not relying on those. Otherwise, I'd have to blame my toothache on the fact that I'm an Aquarius. Ridiculous. For more in-depth information, be sure to check out the Bitesize website. Link below. One of the most important medieval medical ideas was the four humours theory. Sadly, I don't mean four different types of comedy. Hippocrates believed the body contained four humours: blood, phlegm, black bile and yellow bile, and that illness happened when they were out of balance. So, if doctors thought you had too much blood, the solution was to remove some. This was called bloodletting. Bloodletting was done by cutting into a vein, putting leeches on the patient, or by placing heated cups on a cut, often done by barber surgeons. Yes, the same people who would cut your hair also perform surgery. A bold career choice. Bold, get it? Sorry, it's not really appropriate. Another common idea was the miasma theory, the belief that disease was caused by poisoned or bad air. Bad smells from rubbish, sewage, or dirty water were thought to make people ill. So, prevention focused on avoiding sin and avoiding smells. Just like that one, sorry. People prayed, fasted, and went to church, while also cleaning streets and carrying sweet-smelling herbs to purify the air. No, I can still smell that. There was even health advice called the regimen sanitatis, which suggested things like washing, brushing your teeth, sleeping well, getting fresh air, and resting after meals. Just basic hygiene to you and me today. Visit the link below to find out more about medieval medicines. Who left that blood there? Oh, me. Now, let's bring all of this together with a thing called the Black Death. In 1348, a deadly disease, also known as the plague, reached Britain. It spread incredibly fast and affected both the rich and poor. Symptoms included fever and painful swellings called buboes, often found in the groin, armpits or neck. Doesn't sound too pleasant, does it? People were terrified and they tried everything they believed would help. Praying, fasting, bloodletting, herbal remedies, cleaning the air, balancing the humours. Some towns even introduced quarantines, isolating people to stop the disease spreading. But because medieval medicine relied on religion, superstition and ancient theories, treatments didn't work, and unfortunately millions of people died. The Black Death showed the serious limitations of medieval medicine and why new scientific approaches were needed in the future. Right, time for me to get back to the present day. While I head back into the time machine, if you'd like to know more, make sure to head to the Bitesize website, link below. So, for your GCSE exam, remember this. Medieval medicine was based on belief, not science as we know it today. It was shaped by religious beliefs, ancient ideas, and theories like the four humours and miasma. The Black Death is a crucial example of how those beliefs affected prevention and treatment. And if you want to find out even more about medieval medicines or any other aspects of history, then head over to the Bitesize website or listen to revision podcasts on BBC Sounds. All the info you need is below. I'll see you next time. Bye!
For in-depth GCSE resources and practice, visit BBC Bitesize now.